What's going on, YouTube? This your boy Coming At You, and before I even get into this review of my new Invicta watch here, I'm going to talk about, I mentioned before that I was ordering a Raja 2. I don't have it yet, and the reason I don't have it is because someone thought it would be funny to try and jip me, alright? So I ordered a Raja 2 off of eBay, and the seller sent me this. Now I contacted eBay, and they say that the seller took his page down. So the seller completely took out his page because he knows that he was in the wrong, that he was trying to jip me. So he took his page down. Because why else would you take your page down unless you know that you're doing something wrong? Why would you take your page down? So they told me that they're going to refund my money and that I can keep the knife. Now, it's not a bad knife. I'm not going to say it's a horrible knife, but it's not close still. It's some cheap, knockoff, off-brand. It does not even have a name, but it is a nice blade. It is a nice blade. Could do some good work for chopping. Could still do some good work. And it does have some pretty cool way to open it. Couldn't get it to open it for a minute. I don't know why, but there you go. You just gotta flick it pretty decently. So, or you just do that and it opens. So yeah, it is actually sharp. It's sturdy. So I'm not gonna complain there and say that it's a bad blade. It's not a good blade though. It's not what I was looking for. It is very quality for a no-name blade though. But you know, it's whatever with that. But it's not what I ordered. So waiting on them to refund my money, and I don't know. Hopefully, next time I'll be able to get it. You know. But anyway, if y'all want to see me do a review on this knife, let me know. I'll gladly do what I can. I don't have any specs for this thing. I don't have any blade types for this thing. I don't know much about this thing. It's a thing. I'm going to be calling it a thing because it does not have a name. So let me know. But yeah, anyway, let's get into this review, man. Let's get some happy stuff going on here. Let's get into it. This box looks extremely yellow on camera. It's not that yellow though, and the words aren't that, aren't that distorted. Let's get into it. This whole mustard box. Boom. You got a quick view there. Look at that. Look at that. Man, I love this watch. Oh man, look at that. This is an Invicta Grand Arsenal? Grand Arsenal or Grand Octane. Because some places, I've seen them on eBay listed as Grand Arsenals. I've seen them on YouTube listed as Grand Arsenals. I've seen them also on eBay and YouTube listed as Grand Octanes. And it's on the website as a Grand Octane. I got this off Evine. On Evine for listed as a Grand Octane, because it has this kind of, it's a round bezel, alright, but because of the markers, it does kind of give it a octagonal kind of look to it. So yeah, so it's so cool, man. You can actually see my hand through there. See your hand right through it. Looking at that face, man. Where do I even start? I guess I'll start with the face. The more interesting part is that you can see through it. You know. So alright. I'll explain what a ghost bridge is. If you don't understand what it is. If you don't follow Invicta, if you've just never seen this type of movement before, There are some luxury high-end watches that make movements like this, like Richard Miller's, which, in my opinion, Richard Miller is just an ugly watch. I don't know why people paid the money they do for them. They do it just to say that they have one. But to me, they're ugly watches. They look like crap to me. But anyway, what a ghost bridge is basically an automatic, like my Rally. Like my Rally is an automatic. This is a Seiko. This has a Seiko automatic movement in it, which is I can zoom in. I mentioned in my other video, but I don't remember what it is. NH35A, which is and it has the if I can do the spin S. That I always get confused with that. Is that supposed to be an SII, or is that S supposed to be like 2, or is it an S11? But anyway, it's a Seiko movement. I know it's a Seiko movement, but so yeah. But with this one, let me bring that back in. With this one, it has a rotor on it. So it has a rotor. And what the rotor is connected to the mainspring. I believe that's how that works. I like watches, but I don't completely delve into how the stuff wires together, the gears and stuff works. But I'm pretty sure I'm on the right track with this one. The rotor is connected to the mainspring, and as you move, the rotor spins. As you can see there, when I move it, the rotor spins. Or when you can shake it and you'll see it like spin around, and that powers the watch when you move. It'll power throughout the day by you moving it, and if you leave it alone for so long, it'll stop. With no movement, the spring will wind down. I believe this one has a 48-hour capacity, so it'll work for 2 days off me just shaking it now. It'll work for 2 days. So it'll work. Today's Friday, so by Monday it would have wound down and stopped working. By maybe 12 o'clock Monday, it'll stop working. So yeah, so by noon Monday it'll have been wound all the way down. But with a ghost bridge, there is no rotor. It actually comes with a tag in here that will tell you, but I will still explain it. But yeah, but the tag will explain it too. As you can see there, it says the watch runs on a unique mechanical movement the movement is driven by a spring, must be wound periodically to power the watch. This is done by turning the crown clockwise. Turn the crown until it stops. Alright, so what that means is that it does not. It's an automatic, but it's not an automatic. It's a semi-automatic. I'm going to put it into gun terms. Since semi-automatic must be manually shot each time, as does the watch. A fully automatic, you hold down the trigger and it fires. So this is what I will consider fully automatic because I don't have to periodically touch this. All I do is wear this throughout the day and it winds itself. So as long as I'm wearing it, moving it, or doing anything with this watch on, even me just doing this, as you see, has wound the watch. Whereas with this one, I periodically need to actually adjust the crown, and I thought that was weird because I was doing this to it and it turned. I didn't feel any pressure. So after a while, I guess the crown does slowly move back counterclockwise. So as it slowly moves this way, it will wind down. You can't physically see it winding down, and I wish that was a feature that could see, but I also understand why they didn't make it where you could, physically see something winding it back this way, because it was just more pieces to fail or get caught up on something. So this is a semi-automatic watch, and you can actually see the jewels and the spring working. That's the main spring, and this is the gears that power the movements in the watch. Now, I forgot what it was. The website does tell you what it is, but I forgot what the movement is called. So I'm not going to try. You can see straight through the back and see the rest of the jewels in the back. And you can also get you a look at that. This is stainless steel. This is model 26 488. I was going to say 844. 488. I don't know why I'm thinking about 844, but it is 488. It's water resistant, 1 meter with 100 meters, which is about I think 300 or 600. I cannot quite remember offhand. I'm not good with meters. Only one meter I remember is that my Venom has the best water resistance out of all of them, which is 1,000 meters, which is 3,300 feet. So that's more than most people will be getting into. I'm not quite sure what 100 meters is, though. If I'm not mistaken, it is 300 something. So it's not quite professional dive grade, but it is waterproof. It's limited edition, which makes this a rarity, man. So you won't be seeing this watch for a while. This is model. This is number 84 out of 1,000, which of course will correspond with the number at the top, which will be that model number here, which will be that 26488. Will be that model number, which will correspond and actually is 84. And I think that's probably why I keep saying 844, because I'm thinking about 84 and trying to read the number 2. So that will correspond together. There's a couple of movements that I do like in Invicta, and this is actually one of them. I like automatics because I don't like having to worry about replacing batteries. The Ronda works really good. So there are other movements, some cheaper watches that do it. Some of the cheaper watches that use cheap Japanese movements, but there are also regular Invictas that do use Japanese movements that do work really well. I think both of my bolts have Rondas in them. My Venom has a Ronda in it. The Riley has a Seiko movement. My Pro Diver has I think a Japanese or Chinese movement in it, where it still keeps track of time very, very well. It doesn't miss time, and except for when the time moved back or forward or whatever, it lost track. But so did my G-Shock. Maybe I didn't set something right. That I've seen a lot of people say that if your G-Shock ever gets off track with time, you set something wrong. I probably did set something wrong. Not gonna lie and say I'm perfect with it. I probably did set something wrong. So I'll probably have my cousin set it because he has one similar and he set his perfectly. Whatever. I'll have him do that for me. He doesn't know how to set Invictas. I'm not good with setting G-Shocks, so we can help each other out with that. thing. I'm good at setting analog watches, not so much digital watches. But anyway, my Noma, I believe, has a regular Chinese movement in it. So, yeah. I think my Noma has a quartz movement, but it still works really well. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know why people say it because it uses a Japanese movement. It's cheap. People don't even know anything about Japanese watch brands. All Japanese watch brands are not cheap. If you go to China or Japan, you're probably gonna run into some watches that cost more than these Swiss-made watches. So everything that comes from Japan and China isn't cheap. If you go over there into their luxury districts and stuff like that, you're probably gonna run into some stuff that's costing big bucks. So anyway, it's got pearl in that face of it. Of hers, it's got that pearl in her face. Oh, pretty pearl. You can see how it's just changing colors in that light. It's so pretty. So pretty. Now, the other one that other Octane wanted was the one like this that was a full mirror polish with the abalone face. It was not a ghost movement. It was a regular, I can't remember if it was a chronograph or was it an automatic, but I think it was a chronograph. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe it was a chronograph. Excuse me. It was a full mirror polish with the abalone face, and I really loved it. Abalone is so cool looking on watches, especially when they do it the right way. But abalone looks so good on watches. So does pearl, but I really abalone. I like pearl more for more of something that you can use as a dress watch. This, I don't know. This I would probably not wear with a suit or anything. I'm not a big suit person anyway, but if I had to wear a suit, I probably wouldn't. Unless I was wearing a suit that was blue and purple, or mostly blue, because this is what this one mostly consists of, is blue and a bit of green and stuff. So I guess you could, maybe, if you were wearing an all-white suit, maybe. All white or all black, you probably could get away with this one. But for like smaller ones, like my mid-size Venom, not my mid-size Venom, my mid-size Bolt has pearl in it, But anyway, back to the little story, the little bitty story here. I had saved $100 and something. I was like, I'm finna order this. I'm finna order it. But I'm like, I check my account. I'm like, the rest of my money hasn't come in yet. So I say I'm gonna get it in the morning. I wake up early in the morning to order this watch. I go on Yvonne, look up the watch. I'm excited. I'm like, I'm finna get it. I'm finna get it. I'm finna get it. I go to it, and it says sold out. I was so irritated with that. I'm like, are you serious? Who bought that many watches overnight? It was literally like this. The watch came out on the 30th. On the 1st, the watch was gone. Like, what? Literally. On the 30th, the watch came out. On the 1st, the watch was sold out. And I'm like, are you serious? So then that's pretty much how I ended up getting this bad boy, because I had been watching it as well. Because when I first saw it, I can't remember when I first saw it. Either I seen it on, I was going on their, either I was on the webpage, Yvonne's Instagram, or one of their hosts page or something, and it was on there, or whatever. But I saw it, and then I wanted. When I first saw this thing was like $800. I was like, yeah, couldn't afford it, but it went down in price and I got it. Got it for $260, I believe, $260 or $270. I got it. So yeah, I had to get it. But anyway, Octane, I can't seem to say the name, but Octanes for a while were coming in very scarce quantities, but it seems like this year Octanes have been the thing of the future, and Octanes have been just really being bought and, really coming out a lot more. They have the Star Wars Octanes, the Marvel Octane. Hawk had them, the Marvel, it was Hawk that had an Octane. I think Iron Man had an Octane too, but Hawk had one. I think Iron Man did. They had the Blackout Octane that came out, the Jason Taylor Octane that came out a little bit ago, the Diamond Octane that is still out. It's $1,000. No one's really buying it, but people are eventually. It's slowly leaving because retired people or just anyone that has jobs where they can afford to spend $1,000 like that, or even pay the. I think the monthly payment is like $500 or something. No, not 500. It's like, I think maybe it might be 200 to 300, something like that. Because the watch is like $1,500 or $1,600 or something like that. So yeah, the all what is it? The mirror polished gold and silver Octane is out, and I believe that one as well has a pearl face in it. I cannot tell from the picture. I didn't look just that close to see. They also have another iridescent Octane that is automatic. That is a fully automatic one. The Star Wars Darth Vader, the Star Wars R2-D2. Octanes are just coming back. If I was to get another Octane, I would actually get the Darth Vader Octane, because the Darth Vader Octane is really cool. It's all black with an iridescent bezel and a purple, black, and yellow face, and it's pretty cool looking. Man, it is nice, but Octanes to me, what I've seen from my personal experience is that Octanes come, go, and then don't come back. Octanes either sell out or they're not coming out. Every Octane I've seen that I saw that I wanted sold out within the next couple of days, was gone. The mid-size rose gold Octane was one I wanted as well. Full rose gold Octane with the mother of pearl face, I believe it was, a white mother of pearl, and it sold out. It was a mid-size. It was going like that. I'm like, oh my god. But anyway, it's enough rambling. Let's talk about the rest of the watch. But it has mirror polishing on the links here, both sides. I wish the whole thing was mirror polished instead of just bits and pieces. It has mirror polishing on the bolts and the inner ring. The outer ring is brush finished. The crown and the sides are brush finished. Mirror polishing on the sides of the watch. Well, the sides of the watch actually looks like they're brushed. Yeah, the sides of the watch is brushed. It has a little bit of mirror polishing on the little sides of the clasp here. They could have skipped out on this part and just left this steel, but they didn't, because that's not their way, and I respect that. Everything about this watch has personality. Someone sees a person wearing this, they're going to think that's a guy who really, who has style, who really has pizzazz, who got some class about him, Also, another thing I do like about the Octane is that the bracelet, man, shines so well. But not only does the bracelet shine, look how the bracelet is designed. The bracelet looks like it has a crystal structure going on with it, especially with this coloring. It looks like it's a crystal structure. It's not a straight band. Let's say band. It's not a straight bracelet like on this one. It has that like that, or it's just straight up a flat bracelet like that. There. So it's cool. Love it. I really love it. I really love it. It is a 48 millimeter, 50 if you count to the crown, maybe 49 or 50. Now, that's where I think their website is wrong. All right, because I've compared it to other watches. Like, you can't really tell with it. I'm gonna see if you can tell. Okay, sitting them side by side. Sitting them side by side. They don't. This is a 58. 58 or 59. A large piece here. This is supposed to be 48. On the website it says 48. Counting it to the crown, you're looking at 49 or 50. This still looks pretty big. And maybe it's just because of the way the bezel's shaped or whatever. This is a big watch here. This one is not small by any means. Now, I do have my 46 here. 46. But one of my friends actually saw this and said it looks small. It's not that small. Looking at them, it is small compared to this, though. Just move that to the side. I bet him. Now this is another 46. No, this is a 46. This one looks more like a 45, 44, 45. Maybe it is a 46. Because looking at them together, it's kind of... Yeah, this one's definitely smaller. It's bigger than this one, so yeah. Might be a little bit smaller. It might be a little smaller. Might be about a 44 or 45. This is a 46 or 47 here. Chronograph. Mid-size Venom with the guillotine design dial. Not a see-through, not a clear back though. But it does have the mirror polishing on the crown and stuff like that. Yeah. Move her off to the side as well. Bring in my big boy here. My hand's in the way, but it's alright. I'll bring in that big boy, which is my Venom. I said, you keep saying Venom. Now I'm saying Venom. Now I'm saying Venom. Wow. This is my other big boy, which is my bolt. Yeah, my messed up bolt. Messed up. The cable came out of them. But it's alright. I fixed the bracelet with a pin from another watch I had that I no longer even really wear. I'm just gonna get push pins and put the bracelet back on. That one it'll work. But Yeah. Looking at that. Look at that. This is a 52 millimeter watch here. That looks, and this is what made me really say that this is a 50. This is a 50. Look at that. It's not that big of a difference looking at this 50 and looking at this. And even on the wrist. Look at that on the wrist. I'm trying to get the wrist a little more. It looks pretty big. Now, I'm gonna hold that for a little bit, so that you can, because I really want you to see this comparison here. I really want you to see this comparison here. I'm gonna try to put them on in such a way that you can, so that you can see something here. What I'm talking about when I say that I feel like this watch is a 50 millimeter. It might be 49 instead of 48. Okay. On the wrist. Can't move my hand. But on the wrist, they don't look that small. That's definitely a 50 millimeter watch right there. I'm not going to even count that as a 48. That is a 50 millimeter watch. That is a 50 millimeter watch. Not counting the crown, this is a 49 millimeter watch, not 48. 49. 50 millimeter watch, man. It may actually even be a 51 millimeter if I had a ruler that could actually measure that. I would actually say that it was a 50 millimeter watch. It may be a 51 millimeter. If you count the crown, this is a nice sized watch. It is nowhere near small. It's not large, but it's not small either. It is a nice sized watch. I'm actually gonna keep it on the wrist though for the rest of the video, because I'm hitting this video right here. Okay. Look at that on the wrist, man. It's a nice watch on the wrist. Looks good, and you can actually see through it. I mean, if I had a tattoo right there or something, I could be like, yeah, look at that. You can see the tattoo through there. But it's a nice watch. I'm actually going to make a video about what I think about Invicta in general. So, that'll be on the channel soon. But anyway, that's all for right now. I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all be safe. Be breezy.